Hello there. In the first video we created a runway using Airport Design Editor, and in this video we're going to put it over into Flight Sim 9. Right. Now with the airport open, we're going to compile the file into a BGL file. Now I did run them earlier, so I'm going to delete the old one. So we're going to compile. Now I'm going to put this directly into the folder it needs to be, and the reason is because then when I make an edit and press compile, it's already where it wants to be. So where it wants to be is, first of all, in your Flight Sim folder. So program files, games, Flight Sim 9. I'm going to put in add-on scenery. Now the important thing to remember about doing this bit is you have to have it in exactly the right folder. Your start folder can be anywhere. Yeah, I'm putting on add-on scenery because that's just convenient. Yeah, but after that, it needs to be in quite an exact directory structure. So first of all, we need to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this the designation of the airport, which is EGCN. This is just like the area name. Yeah, you know, you can call that bit whatever you want. That's just the area name. Now inside there, I'm going to make another folder. I'm going to call that scenery. And then inside scenery, that's where the BGL file is going, and I don't know what BGL stands for at all, but that's where it goes. Okay, now that's that bit done. The next bit of the journey is going to be on Flight Sim. Computer's getting a bit hot. Unfortunately, I'm doing this on a flat screen computer, touch screen computer, and there isn't much airflow in these things, so they do suffer from temperatures somewhat. Come on, Flight Sims, are you coming? There it is. Okay. Now I had been playing about with this a bit just to make sure, just to freshen up on it, so you have to ignore the first bit of this because I'm going to delete the old file I had. Yeah. Okay. Imagine you didn't see that. Here's Flight Sim. Oh, I've just remembered I forgot to do something on the old file. So before I'm bringing it in, I'm just gonna make an adjustment. So I'm going back to Airport Design Editor. I made this mistake last time I was doing this as well. So sorry. I just want to quickly edit now. If you go back on here, if you had it turned off, go to File, Recent Files, and you can bring your project straight back in quite quickly. Okay, what we're going to add to this, we're going to add, so right mouse click, Add, Runway Start. This tells it where the start positions are going to be for your aircraft. So runway 2, and add, no, we don't want another runway, add a runway start and runway 20. So that's put these little round circles. Okay, you see them? These little round circles on the runway at the start positions. Yeah, they're quite important because on flight sim that's where it's going to put your aircraft. Now go to compile again because we want a new BGL file, so I'm going to update this one. I'll say this is in the right folder, yeah. So it's in my Flight Sim 9 add-on scenery, so it's just going to overwrite the one we did before. That's why I put it straight in there in the first place. Okay, right, so that can go away. Right, so scenery library, I'm going to add area, add on scenery. Now when you click this, it comes like this, yeah, and that's okay, yeah. So that's your area. You click to your area, press OK. Now don't click in here. You don't need to click that one. You simply go to anywhere in this white bit, yeah, and you right mouse click like that, and it just disappears. Your area's gone up there. It's saying it wants to restart to be happy, and you want it to be happy, so you say OK and you restart it. Okay. I'm just turning off some of these other pages where I don't need that right now. Don't need that right now. Now when this first goes into Flight Sim, don't expect it to be absolutely perfect first time. Believe me, it won't be. Yeah, they'll still need to do some adjustments, and what we do the adjustments using some of the other software that we need to gather for this project. Okay, here we go. So we can now create a flight, change our location. Oh, I must have been left on there. Normally it would be any. If you remember, we put the airport name in. Its ID. The city was Doncaster and the country was. We put that in Airport Design Editor when we first started it. So we can go on city and we can go and look at Doncaster. ABC Doncaster Robin Hood Airport. The information is that we want to be on an active runway, and let's see where it puts us. Now it's not going to work too well, I think, right now. There's still things we need to do, but I'll just show you. I'll load in terrain. I think it might mean subterranean, because when this comes on, you may find that your airport is in fact underground. Yes, we have flying trees. Well, it's not flying trees, but underneath everything. Yeah? Our airport is too low. Yeah. So off of that. That was nice. It got in there, but unfortunately it's too low. So I'm gonna have to lift it up. And we can do that in Airport Design Editor. Open our project. There we go. Now, under tools, you can change out airport altitude. Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna faff around. I know it is about. It actually should be about 120 feet. About. Yeah. So you keep changing that. Compile it again. Yeah, you just go through this process till you get the right height. And that's because Microsoft Scenery, it won't, it's an approximation. It won't hug the actual real world perfectly. Yeah? So can't expect miracles from it. So let's just go for Flight Sim. I'm going to put this on the other screen. I have two screens what I'm looking at. If I push this over this way, it goes onto my other screen. So I'm just going to put that over there for now. So back to Robin Hood, and let's see how we are now. And we're on the runway. I've got a sneaky suspicion. Yeah, the runway's up in the air now. Really, look. So I want to come down a bit. How much do you think? 10 foot, maybe? Let's come down by about 10 foot. So back on here. Tools. Change out for altitude. 10 foot. Recompile that. Okay, and then back to Flight Sim, do again, and you have to repeat this process until you get the height right. The other thing you have to think about is also, in the real world, runways are not really flat, but in Flight Sim they're flat, so we're going to have to address the curvature of the terrain on the runway as well, which we'll do in probably in the next video. I'm just going to get this to the right height first today. Are we? Does that look? Yeah, that. Or maybe. I think 6 foot off the ground. 3 foot off the ground. I think 3 foot off the ground. And if that plane is maybe 6 foot high. Yeah, I think we're still a little bit off. So 3 foot down. Let's try that. really good at guessing. Okay. Or 7. Let's go for a 7. Back we go. What I'm looking for is where the land and the runway are just like about the same, so they like might be bleeding into each other a little bit. Let's have a look. I think that's still up. Yeah, it just like feels like it's just up. If I yeah, it's off the ground by maybe a foot, I think. Maybe a foot. Maybe a foot there. So I'm gonna go for 5, I think. I'm gonna go for 5. 105 change. Okay. Compile that again. Yeah. Now, I could faff about with inches and stuff for ages, but I've got to come to the end of this video because time's drawing close that I need to go somewhere else. I've got a couple of errands to run today, so hopefully this one will be alright. Other than that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to finish off putting the height, and then I'll show you in the next video with it at the right height when we start the next video. But this is the last time I'm adjusting the height on this video, for sure. You see, we're at that point now. We're at that point where the runway and the runway and the grass are just at the same height, so they're bleeding into each other. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Now, obviously you don't want that. You want everything to be flat. So the fact that there's a bit of a hill here, so the grass has come up, we're going to address that by when we're going to address that. You see, wherever there's a hill, the oh, there's a runway. See, there's a bit of a hill there, so we're actually going into the hill. So I'm going to have to flatten the scenery around the runway. And we've got trees here. Yeah. One of our jobs is going to be to get rid of these trees. Okay. So that's it for this video. You see, that's up in the air. That's up in the air. And that was under the ground. So we're going to have to flatten the next job is to flatten the scenery around around the runway. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so that's it for this video.